Hi, oh my gosh, so good to see you. Welcome to Madrid, welcome to Spain. I'm so excited. I'm so looking forward to show you a little bit around. You know, this is your first clay court tournament, so we're going to explore a little bit what are the facilities and discover the site. All right, let's go. So this is where like the players, store their things. This is like kind of like the reception in case the players want to book courts, want to ask questions, want to get the credentials, the balls, the towels, important part. As you see, there's like a lot of movement because this is like a combined event, so you have like all the men's, all the women's, and then doubles. It's a lot of people, a lot to handle.
How are you feeling when you were coming back after that?
It's funny to be here as a tournament director because, I have a lot of memories here. This is such a big tournament for Spaniards.
Yeah.
The only one for women. So it's like moving inside. It's moving inside. So as you can see, this is the gym. It's always like super full. This is like the main thing for the players always, whether it's before or after the matches. They meet here with the teams, they talk. The locker rooms are also around there. So it's like a perfect locker room gym corner.
Yeah.
So that's where kind of they all hang out. So this is called the magic box. I think you can see that it's actually a box. I don't know why they added the magic word, but it's where the magic happens with the players. So this is where the transport is happening.
Yeah.
It's a constant transportation of cars and players. Obviously, imagine how many cars you need to take everybody back to the city and come back. So yeah, there's a lot of movement, and at the very end, we see the fan zone, and that's crazy. Whenever any player walks by, they all start screaming, and they have the balls and everything to sign, and it's a lovely corner that takes us to the practice court.
How do you think that the energy of the crowd, the fans, have changed throughout the years?
Well, I think it has grown. In Spain, obviously with Rafa, you cannot it's too much. He's too big. And I think the fan base has improved a lot. Also, Paula is doing so great now, Paula Badosa. And I think the Spanish culture is just very strong in sports. We have so many great athletes, and they all live for tennis, football, anything. Have you ever played in clay courts? Do you like it?
I have played once, and it's very interesting how the ball just comes at you slower.
It's very different, and different bounces. You never get the same ball. That's the tricky part.
And you sweat a lot. Running on clay is just
you gotta learn how to slide as well. Yeah, you gotta practice. Yeah, this is one of the most fun corners. Like I said before, the fan corner.
Yeah.
They love it there. They can see everything. They can gossip which player is what and who's training and who's not. It's actually very cool. I actually feel like the crowd really loves to see the practice courts.
Right.
Because they see how they train and they can understand a little bit what's behind it. So they have all this hallway full of fans, and they can see the practice courts. It's lovely, and also from a higher point of view, it's nice to see it, so you don't bother the players as well. Yeah, here you can see practice courts. There's plenty. There's also here. There's always up over there on the other side. There's also a lot of practice courts.
Oh,
yeah. So here on every practice courts, you can see up there who's playing and how long. So that's very good for the fans because they can, if they're unsure of which player, from where it is, who it is, they can just see up there and say, okay, this is Paulini, she's training from 4 to 4:30. And that's really good for the fans, so they can follow and discover new players.
Of course, and seeing players practice, we
can
realize and recognize.
Absolutely. And also when they're practicing, they're more happy and they engage a little bit more. In the tennis match, you don't get to, they're too serious. So here you can see a little bit more of the personality. So then we're going from the practice courts to the player lounge. It's also very cozy. They have plenty of couches so they can rest. After the practice, they can lay down, and it's pretty convenient, I would say. So this is a cute coffee corner. I love it here. I mean, it's such a good spot for the coaches. There's a lot of coaches here, but just to players, coaches, family. Family is very important also for them to be able to be comfortable around their, player. So it's very cute.
Yeah, it's I think one of the things that sports represent, like that it brings families together, right? Even for players.
Yeah, well, the tour is like, 24/7 traveling. It's a global sport, and you don't get to see a lot of your family, So it's nice to bring it with you, and especially to those tournaments that are allowed to be comfortable.
Right.
Not every tournament has these massive stadiums and stuff in order to enjoy it. So this is the gorgeous dining. I love this dining because the Spanish food is very spacious, very big. You got every options. That's very important for them to have the pasta bar, the rice, the chickens, the fish, salads. Here they put extra care on the food, and I think it's very important because all the players are very happy to come and eat here and be healthy as well. So this is very cool because we're going to the media. Actually, it's very nice. Media is such an important part of the business of sports.
Right.
Part of the players, it's almost sure that after every match you get some media, you want to answer the question. Also before the tournament, so many players, of course top players, they get the media day. They get to answer all the local journalists, international, and some people like it, some people don't, but I always loved it. It's a very important part of your job.
What do you think is the challenging part in the media role around our sport, around tennis?
Oh, challenging. That you're vulnerable, Obviously, they are gonna ride whether you lose or win.
Right.
And I would say you need to have a thick skin, right?
Yeah.
Because nowadays also with all the technology and social media, right? Everyone has an opinion. Everyone knows how to play tennis, right? So you gotta learn how to, take the positives, ignore the negatives, and obviously build a thick skin because, you're gonna...
Having to answer questions when you lose.
Right? Yeah, that's tough. When you lose and you gotta go up there and you have all these people asking you questions and you just wanna hide.
Right.
But you learn how to deal with it, and it's also very important. You gotta learn that that's part of the business of sport. So we've been walking quite a bit, right? What do you think?
It's beautiful.
Right?
It's really beautiful. The enthusiasm, the energy of the people, and like the practice courts. It's really nice color. It has a nice color
red,
to the
right?
courts,
Yes,
right?
I love it. It's so important also to hire the right staff. You just saw how many people work for such a big event like that, and how important it is to find the right professionals to handle the event, because it's can go wrong very easily. So you want to make sure that everyone's happy and everything is ready and organized, so the players at the end are happy.
Right. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Garbine.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure, really.
My pleasure. I hope you liked it.